It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Our featured matchup tonight in Chicago, where the Bulls will be going up against the New York Knicks. For the Knicks, they haven't competed at the level they'd like over the last week or so. Just one win in 5 games. And Kenny, we have lots to talk about. One thing coming up on the horizon, the trade deadline. Front offices have had time to evaluate rosters. What are your feelings about blockbuster in-season trades?
Huge deals are rare in the season, Ernie. You know,
Huge
typically
deals.
Huge deals. You know, but typically they come in the offseason because teams have time to nurture and bring them together. But there have been some great trades in mid-season. So you can find new life right after the trade deadline, a la Clyde Drexler, the Houston Rockets, to get us our second championship.
Good point. New players would be slow to acclimate. But, Ernie, I think at times you risk disrupting chemistry.
Sometimes worth the risk and sometimes not.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like a nut, and sometimes I don't.
Kevin Harlan, take it away.
We're live, the home of the Chicago Bulls, the United Center. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. The Bulls happy to return to Chicago after the road trip. With more or less half of the NBA season in the books, things have not been going their way.
Yeah, and Kevin, I haven't been able to quite figure out what the problem been for this group, but obviously neither have they, because the struggle is real. I know they're working hard to get things figured out, but no matter what road they've taken, it's led to a dead end.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Well, guys, Kristaps Porzingis was taken with the 4th pick in 2015, and he was considered a project then. But he's shown himself ready, and part of that has been his mentality. He said, they thought I was afraid, but that's not who I am. I'll never back down from anybody. If I want to succeed, I can't be scared of anybody. I've got to be fearless out there on the court. Kevin?
Thanks, G.A. And what's scary is Porzingis is only going to get better. That kind of fearlessness will help him in the long run. Well, as the NBA season comes into full gear, you really start to see just how big the NBA season is. Chris, would you like to keep it at 82 games, or would you like to change it, maybe bring the schedule and the regular season number of games down a bit?
I like to keep it the same. I like to keep it the same because it is the same tradition that other players had to go through it. You know, the Magics, the Birds, you had to play 82 games. I don't think it's too much. And technology today is much better. You can come back, you can recuperate faster, you can come back from injury easier than players before this generation came. And so I say 82 games.
And so off the tip, it's New York. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. And New York, looking at who they've got. Emmanuel Mudiay out there with Ntilikina. Then it's Enes Kanter. And there's Porzingis. And it's Hardaway in at the small forward position. On defense, the Knicks, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
And that was a stinker. I mean, that's one of those games where you really can't find anything that they did well. The game just got out of hand and really just a shaky performance across the board.
And they tried to adjust, but every play they ran got countered by a better one.
And look at that. That's just a great all-around play. Getting into position for the offensive rebound, finishing strong on the putback.
Screen by Porzingis. The pass to Mudiay. To the paint. Trying to find Porzingis. Gets it to him.
No, you can't lay that pass in there any better.
And just about a minute into the first quarter. Outside, Levine. Lopez kicks to Markkanen. There's the feed to Dunn. Pass to Markkanen. Lets it go with the three. Levine can't hit. Knicks have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Pass to Ntilikina. From deep. Offensive rebound. That's tipped. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. That's good from Dunn on the assist by Holiday. Dunn's got his first 2 points of the night.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Now, that's just the aggressiveness of transition, making sure they come away with points.
Fast break. Here comes Chicago. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Holiday, the pass to Dunn. Lopez, a screen. The shot by Markkanen. Nobody around. His three-pointers off the mark. New York's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Passes it to Moutier. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
And setting the tone early with a strong move to the rack.
Well, you like to see a little more physical nature on defense. You have to make him earn those points at the strike.
And with Moutier, although he is a heavy rotation player, Greg, he is still somewhat of a project long term.
You know, it isn't always easy to be patient with Moutier, but that's what is needed. Slowly improving his efficiency, which is a big issue for him. And you can see the raw potential, but he has a lot of smaller things to clean up.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. And here's Levine. Last game he had 12. Lopez a screen. And Levine, here we go, makes it off the glass.
You see Lopez get his body up right there? Well, that's because he takes pride in setting good, hard screens to free up his guys.
Now here's Moutier. Defense right on him. Now here's Dunn. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee. It's good. Lopez has got his second bucket tonight.
Lopez is great at squaring himself up from mid-range. He's effective whenever he has a little bit of daylight to shoot.
Moutier kicks to Porzingis. Shoots over Markkanen, and he overshot that one, missing. Chicago leading by 3. Outside, Levine. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Markkanen can't get it to go.
Look, they cannot leave him open like that. The D got away with one there.
Pass to Ntilikina. It's hauled in by the Bulls. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
Yeah, we saw no matter what they tried offensively, the opponent just had the answer.
And in a big way. This was a blowout. Players, coaches, everyone is the blame.
And watching Porzingis play, you know, you forget how tall he really is in terms of how he moves. You know, not only how quick he is, but also that skill set. Incredible that a player his size won the skills competition in last year's All-Star festivities.
Two shots.
First one falls for him. And that is what fools a lot of NBA fans about Porzingis. Most of the highlights, Greg, you see are his blocks and putback dunks. But if you watch his game, you see that skill level.
It's rare to see a player who's the complete package like Porzingis. I mean, he's fluid. He's got the easy-looking shot. It almost looks like he's a guard shooting the basketball. Comfortable creating for himself or playing off others. And last season, the Knicks raised expectations with some of those big free agent signings and trades in the prior year. And let's face it, things just didn't work out quite how they had planned. Some would say they underachieved. Hard pill to swallow for a fan base that went into the year with so much hope.
Here's Moutier after the made shot from Lauri Markkanen. Porzingis kicks to Hardaway. Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And a big problem for the Knicks and their shortcomings last season was their defense.
Yeah, and listen, they have some shot blocking, but as a whole, the defense lacked teeth. More than anything else, it played a part in the disappointment of last season's campaign, and it's something they'll be focusing on in the coming years.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Outside Levine. Outside Holiday. He dishes it to Markkanen. Back to Holiday. Lopez a screen. Holiday, the pass to Dunn. Just 5 on the clock. That's a shot he doesn't shoot very often. Dunn's got 5 now.
And how about Dunn getting the ball in a great spot, making the deep attempt look too easy.
Screen by Porzingis. Pass to Ntilikina. Feeds to Moutier. And stolen by Dunn. Holiday inside the line. Offensive rebound. Levine for 3. Doesn't go that time. Knicks trail by 4. Hardaway dishes to Cantor. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Cantor's got his first bucket of the night.
And the length of Dunn really annoys the opposition. So good at sticking his hands in passing lanes and coming away with steals.
Now here's Markkanen. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
Oh, well, his rebounding stood out too. He gave them a big lift on the boards.
New York's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Right wing. And Cantor wide open. He shoots. Off target with the open look.
The D pretty much taking that possession off, but the shot's off target with nobody near him.
Here's Levine. Sinks that one from the post. Levine's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Oh, man, just an outstanding first quarter so far for him. He's doing a great job creating space and knocking down open looks.
And so New York calls timeout. They're first. Robin Lopez, a solid big man who can clean up the glass and Greg get you some points on the other end.
And Robin Lopez might not have great range now, but, you know, that could change. He says he's working on a 3-point shot, and his logic is that since his twin brother Brook can make threes, it can't be that hard.
Maybe. So Chicago ends up going with the new group. Knicks trail by 6. Burke kicks to Beasley. Rebound by the Bulls.
You got to give the D credit there. It affected him. He didn't have much room to get the shot off.
Grant with the ball. He's coming off a 13-point game against Milwaukee. There's the dish to Valentine. Shoots the 3. The shot that time not on target. So New York will take it the other way. They beat the Bulls during their last encounter in Chicago.
A huge margin of victory for them when these two teams squared off last, and they got scoring from up and down their lineup.
Yeah, and when your bench is putting up major points, makes the whole offense that much more difficult to defend. They went to blowout city.
There's a screen. Here's Grant. Off target with his 3. Knicks trail by 4. Out to Lee. And Lee with the stuff.
That's the athleticism that Lee has. Quick off his feet for easy flushes.
And looking at the career of Courtney Lee, you know, has hopped around from team to team a bunch of times and always a valued teammate, but just hadn't stayed on one team for very long.
One shot.
And with Lee, you know exactly what you're going to get with his defense and shooting.
And Lee is always going to be a wanted commodity. His ability to defend and shoot aren't easy to find, and you just hope he's able to kind of settle into a long-term situation.
Here's Portis. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Clock at 4. Here's Grant. Beasley with the rebound.
Even that close to the bucket, that's a very tough finish in that kind of traffic.
It's deflected. Now Valentine taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
I'm not sure if the D bothered him or if he just lost concentration on that one, but that's a layup he should convert.
Count that bucket. Here's Burke. He's coming off a 10-point game against Philadelphia. Picked by O'Quinn. Beasley outside. Back to Burke. It's blocked, and they'll keep possession. Outside for Thomas. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Chicago leading. And here is Grant. Dishes it to Valentine. And there's the foul. It's on Bobby Portis. That is his first foul of the game. New York's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Now here's Burke. To the middle. Here's O'Quinn. It's tipped. And here we go. The Bulls fast break. Beasley with the steal. Kicks it to Thomas. Back to Burke. He feeds it to Beasley. Lee outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And they take the lead. Lee's got his second basket of the night.
And when Lee has the ball there, it's over. He's going up for the throwdown every time.
Grant the pass to Felicio. Back to Grant. For 3. It's rebounded by New York. Beasley's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
O'Quinn goes back up. Beasley kicks to Lee. Hits from the high post. Lee's got 7 points.
But once Lee catches the ball in rhythm, he only needs a second to get his shot off.
Now the pass to Zipser. Screened by Grant. Valentine passes to Portis. He kicks to Valentine. They set the pick. Over Beasley. The shot by Valentine, no good.
A rare off quarter for him. Nothing seems to be going his way.
Lee dishes to Thomas. Kicks it out to Beasley. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Grant leading the charge. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Pass to Felicio. Banked in off the glass. 32 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Picked by O'Quinn. Beasley outside. The feed to O'Quinn. Jacks up a 3. Rebound by the Bulls.
A frustrating start to this quarter for him.
And Trey Burke gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Grant. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Out to the right wing. No good on the 3. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Knicks lead by 1. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And off we go. A close game now starting the second quarter. And what stands out to you from New York in this one?
I tell you what, that first quarter, you can see the game plan is a commitment to offensive rebounding.
Oh, yeah, this is how they squeezed out extra possessions and captured the early lead.
Valentine out there with Grant. And it's Felicio in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the Bulls' 5 as we get into the second quarter. Here's Felicio. Back to Grant. 6 on the shot clock. There's a good screen. Over Thomas. No good off the back of the rim.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And that one's good. Burke.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
The Bulls have been very active in revamping this roster. A lot of trades and player movement. They were worried of becoming a treadmill team.
Now, here's Grant. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game, and the shot goes in.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
A lot of times your defense is your offense is your defense. This is poor decision-making right here. You can't let them have that shot. Also might have been a lack of effort.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Emmanuel Mudiay spent a year in China prior to the NBA rather than playing in college. A lot of people respect what he did while he was over there. He said, being in a foreign country, everything is different. It made me mentally strong. Now in the NBA, he said, you've got to have confidence because every point guard in this league can play. You've got to keep that edge and be prepared at all times. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Mental fortitude is critical, especially when you're a young player in this league. With some lackluster finishes to their season the last couple of years, that worry of finishing poorly isn't going away for Bulls fans. But luckily, the Bulls have a history, Chris, of shaking things up.
It's never easy to make that choice. The front office has been proactive in shaking things up. Not easy, but they're committed to change right now.
New York calls timeout.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Well, this is the dilemma as a coach. You wonder, do I need to call a timeout here? Do I need to settle these guys down? Should I let them play through it?
So New York ends up going with the new group. And here are the Knicks now, trailing by 2. Screen by Porzingis. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
And Frank Ntilikina out of France, played pro ball in Germany, and a lot of fans in the U.S. might not be as familiar with him, but for NBA execs and scouts, that's their job. Ntilikina has a game worthy of their attention.
Two shots.
And he knocks down the first one. In a draft stocked with point guards, Ntilikina's court vision, Greg, might be the best of them all.
I mean, he's a true pure point guard. At the same time, a good shooter. The length to defend wings, so that versatility makes him one of the more valuable prospects.
He's off on the second.
And the potential that Ntilikina has is really cause to be exciting. A lengthy point guard who can run the offense well, and if he bulks up, look out for this guy.
And let's take a look at the playmaking here. This chart with the assist totals split between the front court and the back court tonight for New York.
And we see the bigs really creating shots for everybody offensively. That's been a key factor here for them. Playing inside out, collapsing the defense, and creating open look.
Knicks have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Mudiay with the ball. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Outside, Porzingis. A beautiful reverse layup. Porzingis has got 6. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Now, here's Dunn. 5 points in the game. They set the pick. Lopez a screen. And Holiday has it in the corner. They get it again. Passes it to Dunn. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Lopez up top. He dishes it to Levine. Lopez sets a screen for Levine. Pass to Markkanen. Dunn kicks to Holiday. Another miss by Holiday.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Inside, Porzingis. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Now it's a 3-point New York lead. There's the screen. Lopez sets a screen for Dunn. And the Bulls with another miss. The Knicks have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Moutier passes to Hardaway. That one drops for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Chicago has gone 1 of 4 from 3-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Here's Lopez. Got it. Good job in the low post. He's got 6.
Well, the arms of Lopez go on forever, which is why he's able to create for himself, D.
Feeds it to Hardaway. To the paint, and Zach LaVine gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Ntilikina. Here's Cantor. Out to Porzingis. Jacks up a 3. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
He played a very solid first quarter. Now he's taking it up a notch here in the second.
To the inside. Here's Lopez. Off target with the jump hook.
The defense recognizing the situation and getting right in his face once he got close to the bucket.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Here's Dunn. 5 points in the game. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
The dish to Markkanen. Now Dunn. Lopez a screen. Dunn misses.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Screen by Porzingis. Moutier kicks to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. And Chris, we know you are always trying to connect with our fans over social media. We have a question for you sent in by a viewer who asks, Chris, if you weren't a basketball player, what other profession do you think you may have pursued?
Wow. Well, I used to want to be a wrestler and and other guys like that. But no, my mother was a teacher, and I always was with her in school. And I think, you know, I love kids and hanging around kids. So it would definitely be something where I'm instructing kids. I don't know if it would be school or if it would be a gym teacher or if it would be working with kids in some type of way. But definitely would want to work with kids.
I can see you as a teacher. Like if you were a wrestler, like what would your name be? Like would you be like the Flash?
Yeah. Oh man,
like, what name
it
would
was
you
some terrible
have?
names back there. Junkyard Dog, Coco Beware, Ultimate Warrior, Superfly Snooker. I know I gave my name back. I gave myself a name back in there. I don't know. I'd have to figure out first what my persona was. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I don't know. I have to think about that one. But I'm too skinny, man. I probably got broken up in that ring, though. I know that for sure. So I think I made the right decision.
Lopez, no good on the free throw.
Well, and Robin Lopez, the big piece that came to the Bulls in the Derrick Rose trade. He's always been a solid center, plays solid defense on the block, and isn't lost when it's stretched out. He does a good job of protecting the rim as well.
And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. New York called for the foul. And with Robin Lopez, a very imposing player on the court, but he's also one of the more colorful characters, Chris, in the league. A very, very funny guy.
Well, I don't know what happened with him and mascots as a kid, but he's been taking his revenge out on them his whole career. He brings a great vibe to the locker room that helps with that team chemistry.
And he can't get the first one. Good on the second free throw. And Chris, you played during an era against a team that many consider the greatest of all time, that '96 Chicago Bulls team with Jordan and Pippen and a great roster. Just thinking back to that team during that second three-peat, what was it like when you were going up against that Bulls team?
It's so tough to play against that team. Jordan, arguably the best player that's ever laced them up, and Pippen was so tough offensively and rebounding. Rodman as well on the boards, and then you had guys in a system that was, just really too much. It's hard to say. Of course, in my opinion, having played against them, they're the best team of all time. But Bill Russell once told me, ghosts can't play, so don't get caught up in comparing eras that you really can't prove it. So, yeah, of course, they're the best of all time to me, but it's fun watching these young kids play today.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Again, Levine missing.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
Sometimes you get a little outside of yourself. You have to be a little more disciplined.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
2.
The Knicks have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Ntilikina.
And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. And some players, you just kind of know that they'll end up in coaching. Just the way they approach the game and go about themselves. Chris, having played Hoiberg during your career, did you ever see him becoming a head coach?
Well, it's not as easy to tell your opponents versus your teammates. Didn't have a really close relationship with them. Didn't know his expectations. Never played with them. So, no, I never saw it coming.
The Bulls shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here. That free throw good from Lopez. Chris, there have been some great sixth men on the teams that you played with, but right now, who do you feel are some of the best of the bunch coming off the bench and in the NBA right now?
Well, 2 of my rookies, 2 guys I got to play with, Andre Iguodala, I think he's always going to be kind of that perennial top for 6th man of the year. He and another guy that was a rookie with him, and that's Lou Williams. He can just get buckets at any time that he needs to. You look at a guy like a Patty Mills coming off the bench for the Spurs, and you don't have to necessarily do it with volume or with quantity, but it's also your quality of minutes. And I think that Patty Mills is someone that can definitely light it up in a flash. And these three guys, anytime you have them coming off the bench for you, you're going to have some firepower.
Now here is Holiday. We saw him with 10 points last game. From deep. Markkanen can't get it to go.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Here's Ntilikina. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Zach LaVine. And what was a wild ride of an offseason for the Knicks ultimately results in a regime change.
Yeah, I mean, players butting heads with executives, and when it came down to it, things just needed to change. If the Knicks picked the Zen Master over Porzingis, fans might have rioted in New York City, and hopefully the franchise can kind of start to right the ship.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And a new group in for the Knicks. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Beasley comes in for Porzingis. Thomas checked in for Hardaway. And it's Burke in for Moutier. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Chris, we all know you were a big Pistons fan growing up, and of course that means that you had plenty of chances to root against the Chicago Bulls. When you go back and you think about when you were young, was there one Bulls player that you loved to hate, so to speak?
You know, a little secret, I always cheered for Detroit, but I never hated the Bulls. Isaiah and Jordan were my favorite players. That's a little bit of a cop-out along with Magic, Bird, Dominique. But no. I really loved Artis Gilmore as well coming before. But no, I really can't say I had a player on the Bulls that I didn't really like.
And so it's New York with it after the Bulls pick up 2. Ntilikina can't hit.
Now, this has just been a bad shooting game, a horrible shooting game from him.
So the wing on the left. It'll go, and the New York lead is cut down to just 6 points, and the bucket from Valentine.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
Thomas kicks to O'Quinn. Here's Burke. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. There's Zipser. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. It's rebounded by New York. Beasley's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Trying his luck deep. Here's O'Quinn. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Knicks lead by 8.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift.
Zipser kicks to Portis. Dishes to Valentine. There's a screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Beasley. Bulls with the first shot clock. Grant outside. Here's Zipser. He's guarded by Thomas. Zipser kicks to Portis. He feeds it to Valentine. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. As we approach the halfway mark, let's take a look at how everything in the East right now stands. Take a look at the Knicks. They've managed to crawl down to the 9th best record in the conference. And, of course, the Bulls, 3 games behind.
And right now for the Knicks, they've had their chances to kind of separate themselves from the pack this season, but so far they haven't been able to capitalize on those opportunities.
And it's surprising because good teams usually feast on those chances to move up in the standings. They haven't appeared truly hungry to want to be a top team in this league.
Zipser. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And on the season, he's just a shade under 80 from the line. I'll bet he'd like to get that up over that mark. And coming out of the offseason where the Knicks had a really long to-do list, you knew they were going to shake things up and made some moves in free agency and realized they needed to build around Porzingis going forward. And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
A lot of times your defense is your offense is your defense. This is poor decision-making right here. You can't let them have that shot. Also might have been a lack of effort.
Here's Grant following the score by New York. The pass to Portis. Lee with the steal. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Beasley dishes to O'Quinn. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
The Knicks have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10.
You've got to appreciate their ability to make free throws. 81% as a team.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. That one misses. In the corner, Valentine with it. Drills the three-pointer. Valentine's got 6 here in this quarter. 8 seconds left in the first half. Here's Lee outside. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. A big-time effort for Porzingis, providing a lot of energy for the New York Knicks. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. This big mountain of a man is Shaquille O'Neal, and this hill of a man is Kenny the Jet Smith. There was no stopping Kristaps Porzingis in the first half. He had 13 points and 5 rebounds. Taking a look at the Knicks, Kenny, what'd you think?
The differential is the free throw attempts, and that's one of the big stories in this game tonight. They were being so aggressive and so smart that all they could do on the defensive end was foul.
And Shaq, what'd you think about Chicago?
Well, they could be ahead in this game if they were taking care of the boards. More possession means more scoring opportunities. A few rebounds either way could decide the outcome of the game. Ultimately, this game will come down to who wants it more.
And that will wrap up our halftime report, as it's just about time for the start of the second half.
Welcome back to the hustle and bustle of Chicago, a time-lapse view of all the traffic heading toward downtown. Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. And it's been a clinic out there by Kristaps Porzingis.
Well, they've done a good job of letting the game come to them, and really few forced shots here so far.
Terrific first half on offense. This is how you draw it up. We'll see if they can maintain that efficiency going forward.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Bulls trail by 5. On the court for the Knicks. Enes Kanter is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Hardaway. Then there's Emmanuel Mudiay. And it's Ntilikina in at the 2 spot. Dunn misses. The Knicks shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's on Lauri Markkanen.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
And Chris, power forwards today shoot a lot more three-pointers. If you played today, I think you'd be incredibly effective in that role. How do you think you'd be in that role?
Oh, yeah, I think that that's something I would have definitely had fun and relished in. I did shoot threes a couple of seasons in Washington and was pretty successful at that, but the style of play was just so different then. Big men were asked to stay in the post, and there was a lot more work in the post, a lot more pressure on the big guy to get to the free throw line to wear down the defense. So the whole game was different then. The big man kind of ruled the game. Today it's a point guard's game, and so what's great is I'd have to step out to give the point guard a lot more room to drive, to take a shot blocker away, or because there aren't any shot blockers. And so I definitely would love to hang out in that corner and shoot that easy three, or at the top after a pick and roll and pop right back. That would have been a lot of fun. Plus it would give you freedom, because when you can shoot that Jimmy like that, you got a nice wet jump shot. It allows that pump fake to work all day. So I would have pump faked a lot from that three-point line and dunked on a lot of people. So that would have been fun to have that freedom as they do today. Just like it's fun watching these young guys let it fly from that three-point line.
Now here is Holiday. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Just 4 to shoot. Lopez sets a screen for Dunn. Connects from three-point range.
And it's a guessing game for the D when Dunn is involved in pick and roll situations. He can beat you in so many ways.
Here's Moutier. Canner in the corner. Back to Moutier. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Lauri Markkanen.
Well, the big story from the Bulls last offseason was trading Jimmy Butler. It had to be. He had strife with the front office, problems with players. Both sides seemed to want to move on.
And the first one drops. Well, Chris, as you said, the strength of this Bulls team last season came from Wade and Butler. And speaking of Wade, what better a player to act as a mentor for this team than Dwayne Wade?
Well, it's hard to get fair value for a guy like Butler. It was clear that Chicago needed to mix things up. Now, Levine, I really like his game. He can really help this team. And they, you know, Markkanen, that's decent.
Both free throws good from Moutier. Bulls trail by 6. Dunn kicks to Lopez. Pass to Holiday. Lays it up off the glass. Holiday's got his first 2 points of the night.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game. I love the fact that Ntilikina is skilled at being a ball mover. He's got a pass-first mentality, and that's winning basketball.
Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Lopez sets a screen for Dunn. Outside Holiday. Another miss by Holiday.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Lopez with the steal. And here is Dunn. He's got 8. Kicks it to Levine. Outside Holiday. It's rebounded by New York. Cantor's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Hardaway. The shot misses. Good D by Holiday. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. And again, Chicago, no good.
Well, he's having a tough go at it so far this quarter. Not much dropping for him.
New York leading by 6. Outside, Porzingis. Pass to Ntilikina. Right side, Porzingis.
Oh, see that?
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in, build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. And that last replay, courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. And Chicago has possession. The Knicks making the shot. Levine, a screen on Hardaway. Here's Markkanen. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Markkanen's got 5.
And I tell you what, Markkanen has already mastered the art of the bank shot. Loves getting it up there and knocking that one down. You have got to be in his space if you want to disrupt his rhythm.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Bulls trail by 7. Levine kicks to Lopez. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Markkanen, good.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Now here's Moutier. 5 points in the game. Porzingis kicks to Moutier. And stolen by Dunn. Hardaway against Holiday. Here's Markkanen. Here's Lopez. Good D by Hardaway.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Sinks it. And the shot from Porzingis.
He's been in control here tonight, helping them get in front with his work from the field.
On the wing, Levine. He kicks it to Lopez. Here's the floater. And he lays it up and in. 13 points in the game.
Oh, that's the mobility of Lopez. He's solid at driving inside and scoring at the rim.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. And a moment here to look at where the shots have been coming from for New York.
And this is a grown man shot chart right here. Not too much going on outside, but look at how things are for them in the paint. They are attacking the rim and not settling for the jump shot. And right now it's paying off in bunches. If I'm them, then I'd continue to do the same thing going forward until an adjustment is made.
Dunn kicks to Markkanen. Dunn passes to Lopez. That's good again. His 7th basket. 7 for 10 from the floor.
Look, Lopez is on a roll. He's a high percentage shooter who really concentrates on taking high quality shots.
Cantor with a screen on Levine. And Cantor now top the key. The wide open look here for Porzingis. It's good from long range. Porzingis has got 24.
Don't forget, he had a 3 in the first half. He can really hurt you from out there.
And Greg, with Enes Kanter last season, he had to miss significant time with the broken hand, but his offensive game is something to watch when he's healthy.
He just plays hard. He provides that instant offense off the bench, a great array of post moves to pick from.
And now a look at Emmanuel Mudiay here.
His last 10 games, 18th in steals, and he's in the top 20 in assists per game. His talent for creating easy buckets for his teammates, such an asset.
And yeah, he's one of the better steal guys in the league, constantly getting his hands in there. And as a ball handler, you have to respect him at all times. That's good from Lopez.
Lopez. Now, this guy, he's a reliable role player, a stiff defender, and an intelligent shooter as well.
Lee's checked in for Ntilikina. And both free throws good for Lopez. New York leading by 3. Now here's Moutier. He has 5. There's a screen by Cantor. Lee kicks to Cantor. In the corner, Hardaway with it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Count it. Hardaway has got 4 points now in the quarter.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, look, when you're giving up that type of height, you use your quickness. It's just that simple. And it's also a matter of skill.
Now here is Holiday. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game.
I like to see them getting the ball down low and then getting a quality shot.
Moutier kicks to Porzingis. And Dunn over to help. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
The first one falls. So for the Knicks, Beasley comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Burke in for Emmanuel Moutier. He hits both from the stripe. Bulls trail by 5. Grant kicks to Zipser. In the corner, Valentine with it. And the Bulls, another 3.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, they've been tremendous from beyond the arc. It's a shift from what they did in the first 2 quarters, though.
Now here's Beasley. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game.
And that's his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the D and finish at the rim.
Here's Grant. Passes it to Portis. Shot from 12. The shot, no good. And New York will come the other way. Here's Beasley. And it falls over the rim and in. Beasley's got 4 this quarter.
Excellent inside move. He beats the defense to the punch.
Now here's Valentine. Covered by Lee. No good from Grant.
Oh, it's a confidence shaker when you can't hit a wide open 3 like that.
Burke dishes to Cantor. Can't hit from in close.
That's how you protect the rim. Stand your ground and make him alter his ways.
Grant kicks to Zipser. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. They set the pick. Grant the pass to Portis. So it's the Knicks now. New York leading by 6. Burke with it. The feed to Cantor. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
This is his 3rd free throw attempt of the game. The Knicks making a switch here. O'Quinn's checked in. Bulls trail by 9. Grant kicks to Zipser. Here's Felicio. O'Quinn defending. There's the pass to Zipser. And again, unable to change momentum here. Here's Burke. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Burke's got 6.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Chicago calls timeout, and every player out there has a story about falling in love with the game. Chris, when did you fall in love with basketball, and what was it like playing basketball as a kid?
Wow, it's so hard to remember when you first fall in love with basketball. There's so many great moments and great stories that you hear, but probably playing on the playground and seeing all the guys laughing and hearing the music and hearing the guys say check up at next game and smelling the sweat and seeing guys play physical. That's probably what it was. And then being able to play at a great gym called St. Cecilia in Detroit and then watch all the other players that played before us come in, the Isaiahs, Magic Johnson, Spencer Haywood, Terry Durant. I mean, you get to watch these guys play. Derek Coleman, Steve Smith. I could go on all day. Mark Makins, Terry Mills. I could just keep going. It was so fun watching these guys play. So to me, I fell in love with it as a kid, but every instance, every memory that I have made me fall in love with it that much more. How can you not fall in love with the greatest game ever played?
Well said.
Look, it would be a huge boost for them if he could start knocking these down.
And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. And the Knicks with possession. They're on a 16-7 run. He dishes it to Beasley. On the wing, Lee. Kicks it out to Beasley. Over to the wing. Thomas, no good. Bulls trail by 11. Grant outside. Pass to Felicio. Here's Portis, covered by Beasley. Portis can't get it to go.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Wasted no time on that one. Lee's got the lead up to 13 now for the Knicks.
The edge, the confidence, that's what Lee gives his team, and that's what they love about him. He's never afraid to go with the pull-up J.
Now here's Grant. And stolen by Burke. And here we go. Burke heading to the hoop. Floats it up for Beasley. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
So many fast breaks now ending the three-point shot. Good to see them taking it to the rack.
Chicago calls timeout. And Trey Burke, a player who had a promising first few years in the NBA, Chris, as a point guard, but has since kind of fallen out of favor.
I always love cheering for Trey Burke. I mean, he needs to refine his game and take better care of the ball, but some say he seemingly regressed since his rookie year.
And starting to send guys to the line way more than they need to. Let's get some good position defense going here. That should be the emphasis, and get away from the sloppy fouls.
Now here's Grant. Portis kicks to Valentine. There's the pick. Pass to Zipser. Can they get it? Burke grabs the miss.
Yeah, really frustrating right now. They just can't seem to stem the tide here.
Yeah, going up against a big run, trying to mount one of your own. I mean, it's exhausting and takes a tremendous amount of energy here.
Here's Grant. The Knicks making the shot. Passes it to Zipser. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Grant against Thomas. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And a moment here to see the numbers for Grant. He's putting up about 8 points a game, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
And he hustles, does the little things, just a good complimentary guy who you need on your team.
The free throw drops for Grant. And Grant drops them both.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Burke kicks to Lee. 51 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Feeds it to Burke. Down low. It's tipped. In transition, here come the Bulls. For Chicago, they have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
He's off on the first. And the second free throw, good.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Lee dishes to O'Quinn. He feeds it to Burke. Some solid defense from Grant. Bulls trail by 14. Now Valentine. He's got 10. Off with the layup. Stolen away. Here's Zipser. Cans it from downtown. Zipser's got 10. And so it's New York holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. A terrific tempo and a great pace. The fast break has been a central part of their offense. And we'll be back with you shortly. Fred Hoiberg in a recent huddle with his players.
Keep fighting, fellas. All right, one possession at a time. All right, how are we going to do it? Take care of the ball. Make sure we're getting back in transition. A lot of game left. All right, we'll get it going here. We'll get it going.
Fred Hoiberg encouraging his players to live in the moment. Don't worry about the score right now. Just keep plowing ahead.
Yeah, great point. You can't undo what's already been done. Just deal with what you can control, which is the next possession.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. We've got Valentine. He's out there with Grant. And it's Holiday in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Now, here's Grant. Chicago making some changes. Robin Lopez is checked in for Felicio. Lean comes in for Denzel Valentine. And Chris Dunn subbed in for Jaron Grant. The Knicks also changing it up. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Michael Beasley. And it's Moutier in for Lee. New York on D. 17 points was their biggest margin. Lopez a screen. Levine, good.
There's too much space to give him out there on the perimeter. They got to close out on him.
Here's Ntilikina. Poked away. The shot by Holiday, no good. New York leading by 8. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
And how about the presence of mind of Ntilikina there? An excellent passer who does a great job of setting the floor.
And Chicago's shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. Dunn kicks to Portis. Bulls moving the ball around. And there's Lopez. That's good on the assist from Dunn. Lopez has got 19 points.
And he's been the key for their offense with the way he shot the basketball.
Well, he's been lights out all game. No one can deny that, but I'm not sure his efforts will be enough to get his team to win.
Now, here's O'Quinn. The dish now to Hardaway. Picked by O'Quinn. Thomas gets a wide open look. Bangs home the trifecta. And the Knicks lead by 11.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
Lopez passes to Levine. They set the pick. To the right side. 5 to shoot. Done. And a miss there on the triple. For New York, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Here's Thomas. Count the basket. Thomas got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, this is what he likes to do. Try to break your spirit.
But yeah, I mean, you're already getting dogged out there. I mean, and now he's landing body blows.
The pass to Portis. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound. O'Quinn's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Thomas. Dishes to O'Quinn. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got 7 rebounds in the game.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Here's Portis. Dunn kicks to Lopez. He's feeling it. It's rebounded by New York. O'Quinn's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Bulls trail by 13. On the wing, Levine. This one for 3. And the Bulls with another miss. Knicks have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Hardaway, no good. Well, Chicago has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. And Zach LaVine hits from deep. LaVine's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Bulls.
No three-pointers for him in that first half, but the second half, different story.
New York calls timeout.
They are throwing the ball away at an alarming rate, and I'm sure that's what they're discussing right now. Those turnovers, they have to take care of the basketball, value each possession.
Markkanen, he's checked in for the Bulls. And then for New York, Enes Kanter comes in for Kyle O'Quinn. And it's Porzingis in for Thomas. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Jeff Hornacek said to his team. He still wants them to be aggressive and assertive on offense. He said, I don't want us to get content with this lead. Build on it. Don't give them any chance of getting back in this thing. Kevin?
Okay, David, thanks. And count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
One shot.
And that one misses. Bulls trail by 12. Right side, Holiday. And it's Lopez at the elbow. Kicks it to Dunn. From beyond the arc, it's rebounded by New York. 17 points was their biggest margin. And here's Moutier. To the inside. Here's Kanter. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. It's stolen by Moutier, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Hardaway. Chicago's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. LaVine can't hit. The Knicks leading by 12. Now here's Moutier. Here's Kanter. And it's Kanter again missing.
Now look, if he can start turning some of these misses into makes, their lead is going to take a big jump. Outside, LaVine. Sweet little floater. He's giving him a nice lift this quarter. The shots are falling for him. For New York, they've gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Outside, Porzingis. He kicks it to Kanter. Screened by Porzingis. Floats one, and it's good on the way in. Porzingis has got 13 points in the second half.
Oh, look at the soft touch on the teardrop.
Done with it. To the middle, Holiday. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
Yeah, and the work they've done at the line has been impressive here in the second half.
Both free throws good from Holiday. Here's Moutier. The feed to Cantor. Outside Hardaway. Back to Cantor. Chicago grabs the miss. Markkanen's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Pass to Dunn. He dishes it to Holiday. The tray.
Come on.
Here's Lopez. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And the length Lopez possesses is tough to combat. I mean, he uses his body well to draw contact on the way up.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. He hits the second from the line. Here's Moutier. Pass to Ntilikina. Porzingis with a screen on Levine. Here's Ntilikina. 5 to shoot. And yes, it's good. And the Knicks lead by 11.
I tell you, Ntilikina has a presence about him. Just solid court awareness. And he knows when he's clear there to fire.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Well, I think the first thing they need to talk about are the rotations. There's a lot of miscommunication out there.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kristaps Porzingis.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
He'd finally had enough of their losing streak, and it's going to take something special to regain some kind of momentum, and his effort has been very special tonight. Holiday dishes to Dunn. Pass to Levine. And again, Chicago. No good. Off his leg. And it's being called a kickball. Inside, out to Porzingis. This one for 3. The shot off that time, and the Bulls going the other way now. Lets the 3 fly. Kept alive.
After failing to be aggressive and look for a shot in the first half, you don't have to let him know this time. You don't have to remind him now. He is really taking his game over in the second.
Now here is Hardaway. The 3. Porzingis can't hit. It's deflected. Hardaway with the steal. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
And how about the explosiveness he shows, going from the offensive to the defensive end in a blink.
And Chicago has possession. The Knicks making the shot. And stolen by Dunn. Here's Levine. And that one drops. Levine's got 10 points here in the second half.
Well, he has put forth an outstanding effort on offense this quarter. He will need to keep it up if they really want to cut into this lead.
Feeds it to Cantor. The dish to Moutier. Back to Cantor. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
The free throw off from Cantor.
Well, he didn't really make a concerted effort in the first to get some free throws, but now all that has changed, much more active.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Here's Porzingis. The basket good off the assist from Moutier. Moutier's got 4 assists now tonight.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Now here is Holiday. In the corner, it's Levine. Here's Lopez. Porzingis with the block.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame.
Here's Ntilikina. Cantor with a screen on Levine. Cantor kicks to Hardaway. Back to Cantor. Rebound by the Bulls. Markkanen's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. For 3, Levine. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. To the left side wing. Moutier kicks to Porzingis. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Porzingis has got 6 points in the quarter.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Oh, yeah, up by double digits. They're trying to keep the momentum, keep the foot on the neck. That's his focus right now.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
And not surprising, obviously unhappy with the lack of response from his team.
Well, the pace right now, that's being dictated to them. They have to try to get it back to their tempo, to their style of game.
From 12 feet out, here's Lopez. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And Lopez is a long, wily guy. Remarkable at utilizing his size, especially inside, where he has the respect of the defense.
Two shots.
And he makes the first. Lopez hits them both. The Knicks leading by 13. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Here's Levine following the score by New York. And Lopez throws it down.
At 7 feet tall, Lopez makes dunking look easy. Once he's close to the bucket, forget about it.
New York's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Basket good. That's 7 points for Emmanuel Moutier. And Chicago shooting 32% in the fourth, perhaps looking a bit tired. Outside, Levine looking to end his cold spell.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, but at the same time, you know if he can just break through this cold streak, he can give you what you need.
Fires from the wing. And good. He got the English that time as it falls. Levine's got 12 points in just the second half. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively. And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for New York.
The biggest factor tonight had to be their great shooting. They shot much better than the other team.
Yeah, they were working hard on both sides of the floor, but that sky-high field goal percentage plus the pressure defense to force the other team into a lot of misses. Love the effort tonight.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far, they've won 2 straight.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Porzingis.
He had those defenders shaking their heads. There were times when they thought they had a handle on him. And then just like that, he'd go off on another tear.
Smooth sailing for New York. 17-point lead, their biggest. Here's Ntilikina, guarded by Levine. Moutier kicks to Hardaway. There's a screen by Kanter. Hardaway passes to Kanter. Good D by Lopez. The pass to Markkanen. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul, and he'll go to the line.
And Markkanen is skilled at drawing fouls once he establishes position. Uses that height to get the defense to commit.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
And Markkanen is a perfect candidate for that stretch 4. Outstanding at pulling the trigger from deep and not afraid to go inside and bang with the other bigs.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. 8 seconds left in the fourth. Now Burke. So no problem for New York as they get the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. KP, you guys did a great job contesting shots and disrupting their offense. What did you like best about the defensive effort tonight?
I think from the beginning of the game, we just started off aggressive. We were connected defensively, and that's why we were able to stop them.
You got it done when it counted, Kristaps. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.